Good morning everyone and welcome to Cartagena. I finished my trip in Medellin and I flew over last night for a quick 50-minute flight on Viva Colombia. I do recommend Viva Colombia. It's a budget airline and as long as you prepay for things, the process of actually taking the flight is really painless. I've heard that airline can be delayed, but I personally did not have any delays and it was a pleasant experience. I am here in Cartagena for a few days. I actually start my G Adventures tour that's going to take me all along the coast. So I'm excited to start that. It's about a 7-day tour and they're just going to take care of every little tiny detail for me. So up until now I have been traveling independent, so it's going to be a nice break. And usually when I go away I either do fully independent travel, which means I plan everything myself and figure out how to get from place to place by myself, or I do like a mix of the two, like a guided tour and independent travel. So that's what I did for this trip. One aspect that I did want to specifically touch on in my vlog is the topic of safety. Is Colombia safe? Can you travel solo as a woman in Colombia and be safe? So this is something that I heard over and over and over again when I told people that I was traveling to Colombia by myself and I wasn't meeting anybody here that I previously knew. It's definitely a leap of faith because you really don't know until you go, but I did do extensive research before I left. I looked at travel blogs, I watched travel vlogs. I did all my necessary research in order to prepare myself for what I may expect, but you never really know until you're there. So I just wanted to come on and tell you what I've experienced so far because I've been here for almost a week now by myself. I can tell you that the people are so friendly that I haven't felt fear for my safety since I got here, and that I've taken just your general precautions when you're traveling alone. So if you take your general precautions and you don't put yourself in situations that would normally present itself to you that you could be in danger, you know, just normal behavior that you wouldn't do at home. Like if you were leaving the bar, you wouldn't walk home by yourself. So you don't do the same thing when you're traveling overseas. And it's really easy to stay in hostels and make friends, and then you go out together, and so you never really are alone, even though you are traveling solo. My experience so far navigating through the city of Medellin and Cartagena, taking Ubers, taking public transportation, it's been completely fine. And I have just discovered this gem of a country, and I tell you from the bottom of my heart, you have to just have an open heart that you're a visitor here and you're coming into someone else's country, and to just enjoy yourself and to not let what the media says and the violence that was a part of the past of this country in the dark periods, that you have to look past that now, and that the country is recovering and welcoming, and the tourism here is growing and growing at a steady rate every year. And there's a reason for that. It's an absolutely stunning country with beautiful landscapes, welcoming people, a very vibrant culture, and just amazing, amazing times to be had. So consider yourself lucky if you are going to go to Colombia soon, because I know you will not be disappointed. And this is just the beginning of my trip, and I am already this impressed. So I can only imagine what's going to come the next 2 weeks from now while I continue my journey in Colombia. Good morning and welcome to the first day of my G Adventures tour here in Colombia. Today is a 4-hour city tour. So right now we're at the old fortress that has all these cannons that used to protect the city long, long ago. The heat can be a lot at times. It's really humid here. The sun is very strong, But we are exploring still the fortress, and the fortress is made up of a cave system, which is pretty interesting. They used to use it to trick the enemies that tried to invade Cartagena, and so a lot of the corridors were hidden alcoves where they would come out and spear or kill any enemies that were trying to sneak through the caves to get into the walled city. Very interesting history. Now we're just having a little bit of a break before we continue our walking tour of Cartagena. Hello everyone and Happy New Year to you. Today is the 1st of January 2019. That's insane. And today we drove from Cartagena all the way to Minca, which is situated right in the mountains. Beautiful scenery here, and today I'm going to be doing a hike to a beautiful waterfall. Just have to be really careful of the mosquitoes here because the mosquitoes are very bad in this area. Look at how hot I am. It's not an easy hike in the heat of Colombia. We made it to the waterfall. It was worth the hike. It's a bit of a hard, steep hike, but worth it. First day of the year. Traditional dinner with a arepa, avocado, fried plantain, rice, beans, and a chicharron, which is fried pork. Yay! Today we visited a coffee farm, and now we hiked to another little waterfall in this area. All these hikes in Minca. It's very sweaty, for me anyway. At least the end result is worth it. Hello everyone and welcome to Taganga. I'm happy that this tour took me there because I don't think I would have come here without the G Adventures tour. Minca was cool. Today we had a full day of activities in the morning, from visiting a coffee farm to doing a short hike to a waterfall, but I will say yesterday's waterfall was much better than today's. And we followed that with lunch at the hotel, and then we had a little demonstration and sort of an introduction to how chocolate is made in the region of Minca. and then we just hopped in a Jeep 4x4 and drove all the way here to Taganga. So I'm excited to show you a little bit of this town and also just Tayrona National Park, because that is the #1 thing I was looking forward to in visiting Colombia. So, yay! Hello, welcome to Taganga. I'm still here, and today I'm gonna hop on a boat and do some snorkeling. I'm gonna be honest with you, I haven't done much today. This is a lazy coastal Caribbean town and everything goes slow here, so I'm really enjoying my time here to unwind. But as always, I am loving my time here in beautiful, beautiful Colombia. Good morning everyone, and welcome to Tayrona National Park. We're about to start our hike into the park and I'm really excited. Like I said, this is one of the top things that I've been looking forward to the most on my entire trip to Colombia. I think we're at the halfway point now. That wasn't too bad. The whole walk is like boardwalk pretty much, and then if it's not boardwalk, there's some steps built into the stones and some trees with their roots growing out of the ground, but overall I'd say it's not too hard of a hike. Tayrona National Park Beach. This is so beautiful, well worth it. I made it! So I'll just give a quick mini review. It is a very easy hike into Tayrona National Park. It is not strenuous. It's a bit hot because it is humid over here, but it is by no means very difficult. There is a boardwalk that you walk on as the path to hike to the beach, and I recommend coming to the last pool because they put breakers in the ocean to break up the water so it's not as rough. But other than that, beautiful, definitely a highlight of my trip to Colombia so far. Highly, highly recommend that you come to Tayrona National Park to check out the beaches and to just experience the pristine nature of Colombia. This is my room to myself. I don't know which bed I'm going to sleep in yet. Maybe that one.